Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Submitting Your Artwork Digitally for the Member Show. This is a demonstration so that you can see from a laptop. And the process is pretty much the same whether you're using a phone or an iPad or other small device. But we're going to teach you how to very easily get your photos submitted and talk about kind of some of the things that you need to do. So as you can see from my desktop, I'm using Windows 10. Some of you may have Windows 7, but the process is the same. It's just that some of these things down here at the bottom on your toolbar may look a little bit different, okay? So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a browser, okay, and I'm going to open up a Google page. And sorry about that, I'm going to try to get rid of this out of our way. It doesn't want to get out of my way. Okay, so we're going to type in rcmac.org, hit the enter key, and that brings us to the MACC website. So just a couple quick things to go over. So this is the home page. This is the scroll bar. It'll tell you all the upcoming different events that we have, run through some slides. You can click on the different events and it'll specifically take you to that page, for example. This is the flyer for the exhibit. Now this is the original flyer as we hoped it might be. Now, that's not to say that there might be some changes coming on with the different allowances as far as our local health organizations. But you can download the flyer here. If you click on it, it opens up a PDF and you can hit print here or hit this little arrow right here to download. But I'm going to close that because we don't want to do that. What we want to do is go to the Call for Artists page. And this is where all the different calls for art and artists pretty much throughout the Rancho Cordova area, specifically to the MACC, but also our City Hall show. And the next show coming up is our Superheroes and Villains. Hopefully, some of you may have seen the video I did on what types of art we're looking for in terms of Roaring in the 20s. If you don't or haven't seen that, it is available on our Rancho Cordova Arts Facebook page, or it's also available on our YouTube channel, which if you become a subscriber, then anytime we post a new video, that will, you'll get a message saying that a video has been posted. But if you click on the download prospectus, this gives you a PDF and talks about kind of the different things that we're looking for this show. Now, this is a wide breadth show. It sounds like it's maybe very narrow, but it actually has a wide breadth of content, style, that you can submit your art. I highly recommend that you watch the video that I did on what types of art would work for this show. Now down here it says the juror to be determined, TBD. That is actually not true now. We had a couple jurors fall through, but we have the Director of Education at the Crocker, Mallory Marsh, who will be our juror for this show. So she and I will be looking through the video or your submissions in a Dropbox and selecting works. Now I will tell you that if your work, once you've been accepted and you come to drop it off, does not look like the picture in which we accepted, we have the right to refuse the work. Now I'm going to extend the deadline for this show. So you originally had a deadline of June 25th for digital submissions, and we're going to take that to July 2nd. And that is because our huge 4th of July celebration is off, and normally I would be spending 16-hour days in the park setting up for 4th of July. But since we're not doing that, that's the case. So by 6 o'clock, July 2nd, you need to have your digital submissions in, and then drop off for the works that have been selected will be July 7th. That's a Tuesday from 3 to 6:30. And remember to bring your mask because you need to wear a mask inside the MACC. Okay, so let's go through a couple things. Let's say you take a photo on your cell phone, and then you want to figure out, how do I get that onto so that I can use my laptop? You want to email your photo to your email account. So I have just a few moments ago emailed a couple of my photos, so I'm going to take a look at that. Now, I already created the editing where I cropped my pictures and set the parameters for it so that when I upload it, I don't have to do that kind of editing inside of my computer, because it's much easier with certain apps on my phone. So I'm going to click this little download right here. It's going to show up right here on the left-hand corner bottom. Now, make sure that you've got a lot of good room in terms of, for this particular piece, the frame of it, because it's painted on a cupboard door, it's sort of got a built-in frame. You can just crop it down to the image itself. We do not need to see your frame. So what we're looking for, if you look down here at the bottom, this down here is the pixel ratio. So it's 2289 by 3848 right down here. The size is 2.2 megabytes. That's pretty big. So I am going to click resize on that, and I'm going to click it down to 50%. Now I'm going to save that, save as, and I want it to save as a JPEG. And it's going to ask me, where do you want to save that to? So I'm going to go to my desktop where I have a folder called Cheryl's Art. I'm going to open that. And I'm going to put the actual name of the piece on there. Okay? And actually, when doing this, make sure you do put the name of the piece. And a lot of times it's really best to maybe put your last name _ Cotton Club. So that kind of determines if anything else gets messed up, you sort of know where that is. Okay, so I'm going to save that. So now my picture has been saved. I'm going to click that. I'm going to go over back to the MACC. Now I want to upload my images. I've taken them, I've cropped them so that they look nice. The image ratios are well above 800. So we want about 1,000, at least 1,000 pixels as being the smallest of the one side, just so we can get clear detail of zooming in and really looking at your image. Okay, so I'm going to click that digital submission. And this is a JOT form, and this is how the submissions get recorded, and then I download them into an Excel file. So this is the second annual members show, Roaring in the 20s, little description there. So if you are a member, because this is the member show, you have to be a member. If you're not, you can click no, and you can then put in your credit card information and become a member. $25 for a year is the absolute cheapest membership I know of anywhere in this country. We've done that for a reason. We want to be very inclusive. We want people to join so that we have a really wide breadth and deep amount of people with different perspectives to come together and share their art. And if you were to submit your painting to, let's say, the Marin Museum of Arts or one of their shows, or a Blue Line show, or a show into the Crocker, the minimum charge for those usually is $35. So for the price of $25, you get free admissions into all of these shows. Okay, so I am a member, so I'm going to click yes. And then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to type my name. Now make sure that you spell your name correctly. I pull all the information off of this Excel spreadsheet when it downloads the form that you fill out. So if you've typed your information in wrong, I'm not going to go through and check it. Make sure you've spelled everything correctly. Your name, how you've put it, is going to be how your badge prints out. It's going to be how the title of your work gets printed out on the tags. So make sure all of your information is correct. So we want your cell phone number. And all these little asterisks right here means that this is a required cell. So you have to fill out the required cell information in these boxes. Now, only image 1 is required because you can just submit 1, but you may submit up to 3 or 4. I'm going to add a 4th image just in case we have a low turnout, so more art might be accepted. You know, these are very difficult times, and hopefully you've all been very creative in your studios and churning out all kinds of wonderful and imaginative projects. So I go here to this upload file and I click on that box, and what that does is it brings up another box so that I can find the work that I had. Now this is going directly to the folder Cheryl's Art because I just put something in that. I'm going to look for the image that I just downloaded. I don't see it. Why don't I see it? Oh, there it is. It's right here, Gleason Cotton Club. Okay, so I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to go over here and click Open. And what that does is it downloads it. And you can see right here that the name is right there. Now, if you by chance grab the wrong image, you can easily just kind of put your cursor over there, click that red X, and it'll delete it. And then you can go back, click File, Upload, and do it again. Okay, now for the information. So this is the information about the piece of artwork you just submitted. And I want it in this order: name of work, in other words, the title, what medium did you use, and what's the price. So for this, I am going to put Cotton Club. And again, make sure you're spelling it the way you want it, because that's how it's going to be on your title. So this is acrylic and resin. And then the price, you know, I don't know the price yet, but let's just say $400. So I actually am going to put in the $sign and then the 400. I don't need to put a period or anything. You don't need to put period 00. Nobody prices their work at $195.98. So then I can click anywhere outside of that, and I've got the photo and I've got that. So I could upload another one, put in the information, my third put in the information, and now all I'm going to do is hit submit entry, and it says, thank you, your submission has been received. Now what that does is it gives me an email to my Cheryl@CordovaCouncil.org and lets me know that somebody has submitted. You should get a email in your box that says you have submitted, thanks for your submission. But if you don't get this screen right here with the thank you, then it probably didn't go through. But if you hit the submit button, give it a couple seconds, because sometimes, you know, depending on your upload speed and your home Wi-Fi, it can take a minute, and sometimes clicking one right after the other can confuse the computer, and then it doesn't upload at all. So once you've gotten this screen, you should be good. If you have any thoughts that you are wondering if it did go up, you can always email me. So if you need to contact me, you can go to contact, there's my name, and there's my email. You can click on the link right there, and immediately it'll usually load a blank email to send me a message. Or you can fill out the send us an email, but it's much better if it goes directly to me. So that's how easy it is to do a digital upload. I will tell you that assuming nothing changes, we will be open to the public. We are currently open with our Pride exhibit right now. We do have many policies and procedures in place so that we keep everybody safe. We take your temperature at the door. You must wear a mask in the building. You must be respectful of the 6-foot social distancing. We have one way around the gallery, a separate exit to go out of. So we've really thought about your personal safety and wanting to come back so that you have something to do. And this is a great exhibit for this time that we're in, because there are a lot of African American gay and lesbian activists that have been part of this civil rights journey, and you can learn how Pride started. You might find a couple people in the little over 100 panels that we have that maybe you didn't know was gay. Anyway, my name is Cheryl Gleason. I am the event coordinator at the MACC, also a very proud Rancho Cordova arts artist. I hope you've gotten something out of this. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me, and I'll get right back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so long, everybody. Happy creating, and remember, stay safe.